the future already? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, Ernesto West got finished with the big 30th anniversary conference in Phoenix, and I was fortunate to have the opportunity to go on stage and tell the story. And basically, Smokey gave the proposal, Juice on the Run, this right here,
Yeah.
to Jeff's girlfriend, Crystal, who gave it to Jeff, and to Jeff's everlasting credit, he sent it on to me. I was fascinated with this idea and got together talking to Smokey, but I was also looking at juicers. And ironically, Smokey was selling juicers at the time as a follow-up to the big commercial on Jay Kordich, the Juice Man. So the first thing Smokey said was, well, if you're going to buy a juicing company, don't buy this one. Go up to Cleveland and look at Vitamix. And so I did that, but fortunately, it was still too much work. And Smokey's idea was much better because it was the benefits of juicing in convenient, affordable format. And so we got back together. We both hit it off right away. You know, we were both masters athletes. We were interested in fitness and performance and health. And so I told the story, Smokey, of getting the early juice powders, the green powders, in the bag down to my office in Memphis. And Jay sitting there with a glass of cool NSA water. And the original idea was we would spoon the powders into water and reconstitute the juice and drink it. So, of course, these are dark green powders: cabbage, kale, parsley, spinach, beets, carrots, tomatoes. And so Jay spooned it into a glass of NSA water, and it turned brown. Now, Smokey hadn't met Jay before this, and he didn't know about his sense of humor. Jay looked at this glass of water, and he said, you know, Smokey, that looks like mud. It's just, oh, no. And then he took a drink, and he said, Smokey, I think if we add a little mud to this, it might improve the taste. Oh, my God, we all had a big laugh over that. And ironically, I don't have time for the whole story, but I had just met Mark Ledoux through his mother, who was proposing an educational product for us. And so the light went off in my head. You know, a big problem of eating vegetables, particularly for kids, is taste. So why don't we put it in a capsule? And Jay's question was, can we get enough in to do anybody any good? And I said, I don't know, but we can test it in the lab and see what's in it, all these polyphenols, antioxidants. And the tests were so good that it really was the beginning, the seed that was planted for our clinical research program later. So Mark Ledoux had presented a product to me called the Best of Land and Sea. I don't know if you remember that, Smokey. But Smokey and I got a plane and flew out to San Diego to meet Mark and John Weiss, Bill Spencer, those guys. And if you remember, Smokey, there was a father and son there from Hawaii. And they had the largest chain of health food stores in the Hawaiian Islands. And they had developed a product which NAI was trying to sell to us. And so Mark thought he was going to talk us into the Best of Land and Sea. And so they're talking and introductions. Now it's our turn, and I introduced Smokey to everybody, and Smokey starts talking. And the father and son across the table, after a minute, stopped Smokey, and they said, wait a minute, you're not Dr. Santillo, are you? And he said, yeah, that's me. And it's like, oh, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. And at that moment, the Best of Land and Sea just up in smoke. And it was Juice Plus from that point forward. It was the funniest. Mark was just like, he didn't know what to say. But that was the beginning. We were off and running. And then the big challenge was we're just getting larger companies to help us with the low temperature drying at scale, at a big scale. And Smokey, I told about the LeBarons and all those problems. And then Mike Barnard helping us with Hanson's and Oregon Freeze Dried, and then up to Niagara Foods. And finally, we developed the best possible process, which uses virtually no additives, essentially all of the ingredients, including the fiber in the produce itself, to help with the low temperature drying. So we ended up, Smokey, with all these challenges. We kept getting a product that was better and better and better. And that's the other thing that the competition doesn't have. You know, they're still back there putting maltodextrin in the juice and freeze drying and all this stuff. What we developed through this low temperature drum drying, also very quick, only a few seconds of exposure to heat as opposed to a long time. So over time, through all these challenges, we kept taking Smokey's idea and making it better and better and better. In other words, his idea was concentrated fruit and vegetable powder. But it took us a while to get to where it was really pure and just vegetable powders. And a few additives that are all plant-based, natural, healthy. And, you know, look at the research, it's a home run. And nobody else has ever been close, nor have they invested in the research. So what they have is a lot of talk, not the real thing. And it was an amazing journey. We had a lot of fun, Smokey, on the road during the Silver Anniversary Tour. You and me and Nyla doing lectures all over the country, practically every weekend. You know, it's been a wonderful experience, and the feeling of helping millions of people in the world with better health for their families and themselves, and also with our company, the possibility of financial stability. It's amazing how many people get to work. We call it work in a way that they're making a difference every day with what they do. The satisfaction and the joy of being in a business with products you know are going to help people, help their families, help their situation. I mean, what could be better than that, Ernesto?
Nothing is better than that. I mean, looking back in those 30 years, what you guys have set up, the millions of people that we were able to help. There's so many people in the chat writing down what this has done to them and how beautiful they found the story. And then thinking of 30 years ago, right? This is not with the knowledge and the idea and the things that we have now, but it was 30 years ago. And I know from the old days that people were telling us, like, it's astronaut food. Oh, and I was in Holland at that time, and the people were saying, oh, the people in the US, they take food supplements. We will never take food supplements in Europe. Well, look at this. Where are we now, right? So,
yes,
yeah,
and I want to say this about Jeff. All the time when we were looking for new products or new direction for the company, he was the one who led the effort on the field partners that our company should have a consumable. And, you know, the fact that Jeff gave this idea to me to, you know, leave within the company shows a loyalty and a dedication that you've got to respect. And then once we launched it, Jeff took the lead in the field in terms of convincing other partners that this is our future. Because we launched a number of things at the same time, but Juice Plus was the one that emerged as our future for 30 years and beyond. And it was Jeff's leadership in the field saying to the others, this is what we need. We're on to something here, and this is what we need. And I can't thank him enough for leading by example all these years and being our champion out there in the field.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah, Jeff. And let's hear from Jeff himself. Let's see if this is working now. Jeff, can we hear Jeff? Let's try that. No, we cannot hear Jeff. I see people are. Can we hear Jeff? No, nobody hearing Jeff. Okay.
Jeff, did you come in with the internet link?
Okay, yeah. Guys, let me try this. I don't know why, but the Italian translation and Jeff both are on the Italian translation. So let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Let's get flexible. Everybody, please go to the Italian translation. Go to the Italian translation, and then Eliana will do consecutive translation to Jeff. Can you do that within the Italian? You see? Eliana, do you hear me? You see they have both the same names. I don't know what that happened. Okay, so this is not working. Okay, so